Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So I have hopped on today to do another quick little swatches and samples video for you. That is where I pluck a yarn from my shelves and I do little swatches and samples of how the yarn works up for you. Now, sometimes I feature yarn that isn't readily available to all, and sometimes I pick yarns that are readily available. It just depends where you're located, folks. So I do make a crochet swatch, and I do also do a knitted swatch, because in this beautiful community of ours we have people that do both knitting and crochet. Now, it is predominantly crochet on this channel because even though I can do the basics in knitting, I don't particularly enjoy it. It is just too slow going for me, and my obsession and my love is crochet. But I do the knitted sample so that those knitters out there can see how a yarn works up on knitting needles as well. Now, never say never. I may pick up knitting some point in the future when I have more time for my fibre crafts, but for right now the only knitting you will see here are on these videos. So what yarn did I pluck off my shelf for you today? Well, I was gifted this yarn in Happy Mail, and I must say that I have fallen in love with it, and it breaks my heart that I do not have the ability to get my hands on lots more. I am talking about Big Twist Living. Now, I believe this is a Joann's yarn, but we do not have Joann's here in the UK. As you can see, it is 100% anti-pilling acrylic. There are 199 yards or 3.85 ounces, 182 meters or, right, let's do that again. 199 yards or 182 meters, 3.85 ounces or 110 grams. That makes a little more sense, Manfa. Okay, so they are saying you can machine wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. You can iron on low. Do not bleach. Do not tumble dry. Dry flat. It is a medium worsted weight, a number 4 or an Aran here in the UK. They recommend a 4.5 to 5 millimeter knitting needles, and they recommend a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. Let's see what else we can see. It is in the colour Peacock, and it was made in Turkey. Now this is uber squishy soft. Now, I do think that it is slightly more expensive than your regular Big Twist Classic, but it is well worth the few extra pennies in my opinion, because with it being anti-pilling, it is squidgy, super soft lusciousness in my opinion. It is a really nice sized 4-weight. It is plumpy, it is squishy, it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, the colour is not being accurately represented by my camera. It has more of a green hue. It is a nice tealy, green tealy colour. And as you can see, it is just gorgeous. And for an inexpensive acrylic, I would highly recommend this one. I had no splitting. I had absolutely no trouble with it whatsoever. It frogs like a dream. It works up super duper lovely. I am totally enamored with it. And like I said, if I could get my hands on it more easily, I totally would build up a stash of this because it is wonderful. So you guys across the pond who do have Joann's, this comes highly recommended by me. It is so much nicer than Red Heart. It is really, really nice. I could sit and squidge on it all day, guys, but then I'm a weirdo. So it recommended a 4.5mm hook, and that is exactly what I used. I used my 4.5mm dots. Now, I personally, because I crochet super tight, I personally would have to go up a few hook sizes, purely because it is very, what's the word I'm looking for? It is very, there is a little bit of give and a little bit of stretch to it. So it will literally snap into your tension really, really well. So if you don't want a tight, dense fabric, I would suggest that you go up hook sizes than what it recommends if you are a tight crocheter. If you are a loose crocheter, you may even have to go down from the recommendation. You would have to have a play with it yourself and see how you get on. For me, I would be tempted to at least go to a 5 or a 5.5. Now I'm going to show you the crochet swatch first of all. I did do this really late last night during my live and a little bit after my live because I am filming this on Sunday. You will be seeing it on Wednesday, I think. And this is not my best work for a swatch, guys, because like I said, my tension is so tight. I have that issue of it bowing at the bottom and looking like I've added stitches and going out at the sides. So in an ideal world it would be perfectly straight and rectangular, but for me, because my tension is so tight, it has done that wonky thing that sometimes happens. Now I think the stitch definition is absolutely gorgeous, especially if I hold it back here. You can see that there are different stitches in there. I again have done, like I do in all my swatches, 2 rows of single crochet, and yes, I'm using US terminology. I am from the UK, but I deal with US much easier. It just clicks better for me. So yes, US terminology, 2 rows of single crochet, 2 rows of half double, 2 rows of double, and then I did attempt to do some bobbles. Now these bobbles are not wanting to push forward to the front very well, but you can see that they are there. And again, I think if I use the correct hook for my tension, they would be even more obvious. But it does crochet up super duper lovely in my opinion. The stitch definition is lovely. The feel of it, like I said, if I had gone up a couple of hook sizes, it would be nice and plumpy and squishy. But because I use the recommended hook and I crochet so tight, it is a little bit stiff. But that is user error, not anything to do with the yarn. So I would imagine that blankets or wearables or whatever you do with this yarn would be super squishy, super lovely, and quite inexpensive, especially if you need to buy quite a bit of it. Like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, I am gutted that I can't just nip down the road and grab baskets full, buckets full, because I would. I really, really love this yarn. I received it in Happy Mail, and whenever my finances are a little bit better and I've used up quite a bit of my stash, I may ask some of my US friends to go to Joann's for me and do some shopping, and I of course will pay them for it and pay for the shipping over to me, because I don't want to pay the company's shipping costs. So there we have it. Isn't it absolutely stunning? I love it, love it, love it. And even the back as well is just gorgeous. You can't fault it, guys. You really can't. Now, I told you that it was easy to frog. I am going to demonstrate that for you. I am just going to pull some of it out so that you can see it doesn't get caught up on itself. It comes out super easy. It is absolutely gorgeous. There we go. So it ticks all the boxes for me. I absolutely love it. I am so jealous of you guys. I may as well sit and frog the whole thing because I'm nearly there. That's how easy it is to just frog out. Here we go, getting down to the bottom now. It is not knotting, it is not tangling. Like I said, it didn't split while I was working it up. It is absolutely yummy scrummy. And there you go, that whole swatch has been frogged. Now, let's move on to the knitted sample. So it recommended a 4.5 to a 5mm knitting needles. Those are US 7 to 8 knitting needles. I went with the smaller 7 or the 4.5 because I used a 4.5 hook and I wanted to see how it compared. Now, it does look nice in the 4.5, but again, I am a super tight knitter. For whatever reason, from the minute I learned how to do these crafts, I clearly had it in my head that I needed to death grip it. Everybody else's tension is going to be different. It is personal to the crafter. But I did use my circular cheapy needles that I got from Amazon in a set. And I have put it on the cable here so that I can show you. I once again did my usual knit one way, purl the other way, so that you've got this lovely flat fabric here, all knit stitches on the front. It is absolutely gorgeous. The camera is not doing it any justice, guys. I felt that I managed to get really nice, neat, even stitches. Now, because this knitting is famous for the curling, if I was to let go, it does curl, but that is the nature of this style of knitting. On the back, you have the little pearl bumps there. So it's all pearls on the back, and it is all knits on the front. Absolutely gorgeous. It was a dream to work with, and I find once I've got the cast on row and the first row of knitting on my needles, it goes much quicker and I glide through it much better. But I do need to learn to loosen up on my cast on row. But I am super, super pleased. Again, it was a dream to work up. It didn't split. It is gorgeous. I cannot recommend this yarn highly enough. Now, I don't know how many colours and things that you can get in it. I'm sure there's quite a big variety. There normally are with these house brands. This is super soft. I can imagine a lovely wearable in this. If you're into hats, this would be a gorgeously soft hat for you. And like I said, the price point is really appealing as well. I definitely recommend this yarn to you guys. I'm sorry the colour isn't accurately being represented. It, like I said, it is more of a tealy green, but it is absolutely stunning. Now, obviously, I will frog this as well, and I will put it back on the skein. I only have one ball of this, so I'm not quite sure what I can make with it, but I may mix it with some of my other yarns and put it in a project like that. I may use it for amigurumi, I'm not sure. But when I do eventually get to put it in a project, I am going to love it. So I've taken it off my needles there, guys. And I am going to sit and frog this one with you as well. So you can see, look, it is just pulling out like an absolute dream. Absolutely. Oh, I just pulled too hard. Absolute dream. There we go. Oh, it did snag a little bit. But then I did overwork the yarn a little bit with the knitting sample because I dropped a couple of stitches and I don't know how to pick those stitches up. That's how limited my knitting is. So I did overwork the beginning point of this. So there we go. I managed to that was user error. That was not because the yarn itself. It is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I just wish I could get some more. But yes, I hope you found that useful. I hope seeing it worked up helped you see what your potential projects in it could look like if you haven't yet used it, or if you've got some in stash and you haven't got around to it. Let me know down in the comments, have you used the Big Twist Living? Do you like it as much as I do? Are you a fan? I think it is absolutely stunning, and the fact that you can wash it on low and tumble dry it on low is a super big advantage as well. It will be easy care for your projects. Absolutely gorgeous. I just wish I had more. But there you are, guys. That is this episode of Swatches and Samples done. Let me know, are you a fan? Have you got it in your stash? Do you want to go run out and get some? I'm not trying to enable you. I'm just trying to give you some little hints and tricks and a little bit of an insight into some of the yarns that you guys across the pond can readily go and grab. I would be scooping it all off the shelves personally. Anyway, I'm going to let you get going. Thank you so much for being with me today. I really do appreciate it. Where did I put my planner? I don't know where it's gone. Oh, somebody's moved it elsewhere. I do think that you're going to be seeing this on Wednesday. So if it is Wednesday that you're seeing this, come back tomorrow for Tile of the Week Thursday. But if it's a different day, there will be content for you. Like I said, I appreciate you spending your time with me. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like seeing these swatches and samples? Can you see anything behind you that you would like me to work up for you so that you can see how it works up? Just let me know and I'll do my best to accommodate that for you. I will see you again very, very soon. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love you loads.